Hello everybody and welcome back to 539 Productions. So I found this crazy little graveyard on the side of the road and I wanted to check it out real quick. It's been unused since well before the 80s and I'm not sure exactly what condition it's in, but it was considered to be overgrown in the 80s, and it looks like somebody has been mowing the grass. And I don't have too much time here left. I got a little bit delayed and wasn't able to take off on my trip today as early as I wanted, and so I had to divert to a different location. But I figured instead of giving up, I would try and get a really amazing location in that I've been wanting to do for a while. So I stopped back at this place. So let's see what we can find here. Somebody was already checking on me. A car passed by just as I pulled in and immediately slowed down and stopped in the middle of the road, and then finally pulled in to what I assume was his driveway. But this little place is pretty cool looking. Again, like I said, incredibly small. As I was alluding to in the car, it is almost dark out, and so I won't be able to stay here too long. But it looks like someone actually kind of got fed up recently and cleaned the place up a bit. I had driven by a few times and a lot of it was covered in brush, including this entire section here, which looks to be a family section. And it was no longer visible during the summertime. You could barely make out a few stones during the winter time. However, it was just in terrible condition. Somebody's done a really great job at bringing the place back a little bit. And it appears some of the stones aren't in too bad of condition either. You can see they even have just the tiniest version of the famous little tree markers. Which is still amazing even though it's small. The incredible detail. Even though it's worn away over the years, you can still see how incredible the detail work was in it. Now, these two at the beginning have had the tops knocked off of them, and it's really just the base stone left. And again, I would assume they're probably just in the mud somewhere buried. I'm gonna walk around this section here. Right in here, you can tell that there was a casket that has eroded away, and there's a little bit of a sinkhole there now. You can see here's a base stone that has nothing left to the top. You can see these several stones in this area are actually a reddish color. I don't know if that's paint or the type of stone that they were made out of. If you know, leave a comment below. And it goes to show you that not all cases end with the graveyards kind of disappearing into history, but sometimes people do see these things and they come out and they do the right thing and they clean these places up and make them look good again, and it looks like some people around here are certainly trying to do that and make the memory of these people here last. And actually for a moment I thought this was part of the wall around another family section, but it itself is the top of this marker here. I don't know if this was like a temporary stone and then they came back later and replaced it with this marker here, but it appears to be the same exact person. As you can see, this says Henry C. Opdyke, and then the initials here say HCO. I'm not sure what's happened here. It appears some digging or movement of the stone has taken place here recently, but I'm not sure for what reason, although it doesn't look like they tried to dig any deeper or to take anything. So maybe it's a sort of work in progress that someone has scheduled another date to come out and finish the project here at this particular graveyard. It looks like at one point this flag was somewhere. I'm not sure where it would have come from. Probably around here. We'll put it back. I don't know how long that's gonna stay there. The ground's pretty hard right now. However, it's much better there for the moment. We've had some more of the cleanup operation happen over here in this section too. And you can see here that the roots of this bush or tree system had actually started to affect the grave site itself. So it's good that they were able to make it out when they did. Otherwise it would have gotten a lot worse. And you can see here, as I've been saying in the last few videos, this stone had come off its base, and even though it's a big, huge stone, it's still being swallowed by the earth because the dirt and everything slowly moves out of the way. As like the rainy seasons come around, it'll create small little pockets underneath the stone, and the stone will then drop down a few inches here and there and slowly be swallowed, and then eventually, if nothing is done here, there will be no evidence of it left, even though it still may remain intact beneath the surface for some years. And you can see the same thing has begun to happen with this marker here, and it looks as if with the restoration they have discovered that and attempted to start digging around it, and maybe they're actually going to move it back into place, since the marker here appears to be in excellent condition and even still has a place for like an anchor to go into. There's just this little collection of bricks and decorative stones over here. I'm assuming this area would have had many more burials at some point, so some of them are probably just too far gone right now, and that's what this area reflects. And it appears that whoever has done the restoration, I would assume, since this was considered a defunct cemetery only a few years ago, there is a new grave site, and it appears that maybe the family discovered that this existed and came back and began to care for it, and then actually used it to bury one of their loved ones. But I'm going to not film that particular burial up close. It looks like this area's been burned away, but it doesn't appear that there's any burials. I believe I've gotten the majority of them, although I'd like to stop back by when I have more time here. Alright, thanks everybody for watching this recent episode on 539 Productions. Don't forget, if you want to see the behind the scenes on this journey here today, make sure you follow the link below to my second channel, My Story. I hope to see you all over there. Thanks again everybody, and I'll see you in the next adventure.